Hi, and welcome to this edition of the Insurance Experts. It's my pleasure to have Tom Budenz on the line. Tom is actually a long-term care insurance specialist, but he works inside of a Medicaid planning attorney network. So Tom, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so first of all, how did you get into the insurance business?
Sure. Well, so a little while back, I started with a pretty big insurance company where we did financial planning and insurance planning. And fairly recently, I had joined a group, which is an attorney-led financial services firm with a very, very unique and specialized focus on Medicaid planning. So it's really been a fun transition for me.
Yeah, so a long-term care insurance specialist embedded within this very large network of Medicaid planning attorneys. I'm sure you see a lot of different stories that other agents hardly ever come across.
Yeah, it's very cool. We get to see a lot of the plans that sometimes worked very well for clients, but oftentimes we get to see the plans that maybe could have been designed just a little bit better. So it's a really good learning experience, and there's a lot of very, very unique plans that we have to offer now from learning about all that stuff.
So who's like a typical attorney that you work with?
So we work with a lot of elder law attorneys primarily, and also estate planning attorneys. So an elder law attorney really specializes in helping a client with later life issues, and an estate planning attorney, of course, really tries to help ensure that the client's assets are protected and they get to the next generation.
Okay, and I know today we're going to talk about an estate planning attorney story. So tell us a little bit about how this attorney came to you and a little bit about the client as well.
Yeah, so the client, about 70 years old, was afflicted with a long-term care event for her husband, had spent down a considerable amount of money, still had a lot of money left. And so she'd reached out to her attorney to really put a plan together to help protect her assets, from any nursing home costs or anything else that might keep the money going to the next generation.
Okay, so her husband had passed away, but now she's concerned about herself, not wanting to follow in the same footsteps as her husband and having a better plan in place for long-term care.
Correct. Yep. So the strategy with the attorney was to take a very large sum of money, fund it in an irrevocable trust, and then after 5 years, that money would be protected from the Medicaid look-back period, meaning that that money would go to the next generation, unscathed.
Okay. And what type of long-term care solution were you thinking of designing for her? What were her needs?
Yeah. So what was really important to her was a return of premium. She a slight concern that if she didn't use the policy that she had a slight concern that if she didn't use the policy that the money might be perhaps used best somewhere else. So and the big concern with the attorney was they really wanted to make sure that we got through that 5-year period. So we designed a policy that has 100% cash value from the start, meaning the client got very, very good leverage, but could get her money back at any time.
Okay, interesting. So we know that there's a lot of different types of long-term care solutions out there. This is one of the ones that has an asset-based type of solution. And
Correct.
In particular, amongst asset-based solutions, it had a full, 100% cash value from the start, and which is really valuable for her. So tell us a little bit about that full return of premium and how it coordinates with that 5-year look-back period. What does that do for her with combining this type of planning together?
Yeah. So this is very, very lucrative for the client and for the attorney. So how the policy works is she funded it with $200,000 into the policy. At any point, she can get that $200,000 back. If at any point she passes away and doesn't use any of the policy for long-term care, that $200,000 would go to her estate. But what she gets from day one is $480,000 of long-term care insurance. So she has leveraged dollars in the event that she has a long-term care event, which is very, very important to her, especially during that 5-year look-back period.
Gotcha. So if she needs long-term care, she has the extra long-term care benefits tax-free. She doesn't need long-term care, she has the death benefit, and she has a full liquidity here. And you mentioned that kind of ties into the 5-year look-back period. How does that full return of premium benefit her relative to some of the others out there?
So I think the first thing is emotionally, it's very easy for the client to step into something like that. It's almost not like you're buying a policy. It's almost like you're just parking your money here, right? Because she knows that after 5 years, once the once the trust is past the 5-year look back period, that she could in fact take that money and spend it, if she wanted to. Now you and I know that after that 5 years is up, she's probably going to keep it. Almost everyone keeps their long-term care policies, but I think it's more important than anything is that it just makes it easy for the client to fund a policy, because they know that it's hard for them to make a big mistake knowing they can get that money back.
I see.
And
well,
and also, sorry, and it's also, I think it's also very, very appealing to the attorney, because the attorney wants to do what's best for their client, and I think funding something like this, knowing the full return of premium, I also puts the attorney at ease knowing that the plan is funded. So.
Okay, well, I find these fascinating. We talked about the estate planning side. I know we're going to do some future videos also on the elder law side of this. So thanks again for sharing your expertise today, and we hope to have you on future editions.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.